Greetings, my name is Ian Vargo, and I'm with theproaudiofiles.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to produce and mix a rock song literally from scratch. So what I was given, this particular song is Ray Gun by Ugly Ugly Words. Make sure to check it out on iTunes. What I was provided in this case, I was given a scratch vocal track and a scratch direct guitar track. And let's take a listen to the guitar. And in fact, let me turn off these plugins to show you what it sounds like direct. Okay, we've got this vocal track right here. I'm going to turn off any plugins and mute all the sends. It's a great performance. Sounds like Motörhead, Ace of Spades.
By an Egyptian with a ray gun. Now I really want one. Yeah,
let's add the guitar there.
I want a ray gun.
And so that's what I was given originally. And it was sort of my vision to take it and make it much fuller and sound more like that Motörhead song, Ace of Spades. Got to check that one out if you're into rock and roll. Okay, so I'm going to turn these plugins back on. And so what I started with was those tracks right there, and then next I added drums. And I actually programmed all the drums. Now, they're programmed to sound real. I guess at that time I couldn't afford a drummer, didn't have a drum set, didn't have a studio on that particular day that I was working on this track. So I actually created the drum performance using a combination of VSTs on this instrument track right here. I'm not going to actually load Reason, but you can see that this is actually my performance. Kick, snare, and we've got a bunch of hi-hats and cymbals. Excuse me here. Let's close you, Reason. And so we have a performance here. Let's see if we could load virtual instrument like BFD2, which is a great one that I own. Let's load a drum kit. Let's see what it sounds like. This comes in hot generally. So that's me playing drums on a MIDI keyboard. Okay, and what I would do is then I would get individual sounds that I would like. Let's go for a more direct sound. And I would print multiple layers of kick and snare until I was happy with the sounds. So we've got a kick drum right here. It's more of a direct sound. Sort of a roomy snare, straightforward snare, overheads. It's my cat. Ooh, running out of memory. Awesome. Let's get rid of you, BFD. We've got hi-hats, rooms, cymbals, direct. Let's just get all these drums going. You could hear what the final sort of print sounds like. And the reason I do this is because I want to be able to, even though they are created from virtual instruments, I want to be able to have control and mix them like I would an actual drum set. So this is what they sound like after printing. A couple more. Okay, and so fortunately, the tempo was 204, and this original guitar track and vocal was tracked to a click. So already it sounds a little better. Add these guitars in. I actually recorded the bass next. So we have the bass, which was direct. I'm going to mute all of these plugins here on this bass. And I wanted sort of a grainy, aggressive, picky bass sound. So here's the original bass sound. Okay, so we sort of have that cool, very picky sound going on, good for rock music. Let's add in these drums here. And does not quite cut through, and especially once we add the guitars later, you're going to hear the bass definitely was not able to cut through with the current setting. So what I did is I added some harmonic distortion with the decapitator. I'm not really going to go through these settings. That's for another tutorial. We've got some EQ, some drastic boost at 3K to bring out the pickiness. More EQ, drastic cut at 4K. Don't always know why I do these things, but here we go. We've got the CLA 76 compressor, more EQ, some multi-band compression, and limiting. Limiting on bass is something that I do every so often. So let's hear it now. Cuts through way better. Okay, we're getting there. The next step was the guitars. Okay, so let's solo this guitar right here, change our output. I actually recorded these guitars direct, not very rock and roll, but whatever. So this is the original sound. You're going to hear some clipping, because I'm a bad engineer. And what I was really going for is a loud, crunchy, aggressive, in-your-face sound. So what I did is I started with some compression, added this SansAmp plugin. I apologize if I'm going through these really quickly. Decapitator, and some more compression, and the resulting sound was this. And then what I did to save, computing was I just printed directly onto an audio track from this track. So let's change this to no output, and the final sound is this right here. Sounds like I did a little more distortion, maybe some decapitator there. Here's the other guitar. Let's add in that bass. Let's get those drums going. Bring in the lead vocal. We're getting there. A big part of this song, I know we wanted to have a blistering guitar solo, so let's go forward a little bit. Okay, and so I did the same technique where I have sort of a direct sound. Let's find that. It's going to sound pretty funny. Lead guitar direct. What are you doing? Sort of just a crazy, distorted, broken sounding guitar. Sounds like we have some cowbell, also created with BFD2. And thrown in for good measure, I was able to capture the sound of my cat. Makes this weird sound. You heard him, he made a cameo before. Makes this weird sound before he throws up. He was actually about to throw up while I was working on the song, so you could hear we got the click track in there, at 204 BPM. So I sunk that up and looped it, and I think the cat throwing up sound is really what made it all what it is. So anyway, I hope you had a good time here. I know I had a great time producing and mixing this track. It's Ray Gun by Ugly Ugly Words. Make sure to check it out. If you have any questions, my name is Ian Vargo. Contact me, ianvargo@gmail.com. And make sure to follow the Pro Audio Files. Thank you.